doing the video. Okay. Good afternoon, it's Pauline, and I'm hoping that this is the video that's working. In any case, my mission today is to tell you what Jesus means to me. From the time I was a very little girl, Jesus was my hero. He was accessible in my mind as someone who was gentle, strong, and dependable, because I could always talk to him. When I was in school, and I went away to school when I was 8, there were no male figures except the priest who came to say Mass. I was surrounded by women and girls. So for me, Jesus was a male figure who was gentle, strong, loving, compassionate. And as I grew older, I saw Jesus as a leader, a shepherd, somebody who cared for me as though I were a little sheep. I see him as a man, but when I joined Unity 12 years ago, 8 years ago, I recognized that Jesus was indeed a way shower. And so, like any hero, he is my role model, someone I relate with, someone who was a man, but who expressed his divinity in such an exciting and loving leadership way, and still stayed humble. Yes, he was tempted. Yes, he needed to get away from the crowds and go into the quiet, just like me. And he is Christ personified. My personal experience happened when I was 35. I had experienced what doctors called a psychotic break. Living with my mother, we were both going through emotionally tumultuous times. So I was self-admitted to a hospital psychiatric ward where I stayed for 6 weeks. While I was in that hospital, about 2 weeks after entering, I was told that my mother had died in another hospital, in another psychiatric ward. I was devastated. Lonely, and very sad. It was at that time that I kept repeating Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, no evil will I fear. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That became my spiritual staff, and still is in many ways. Although I know that there are other leaders other than Jesus, he's my favorite. What did I like about your meditation, Rev. Eliza? I love the way you progressed from being centered in earth and sky and all that energy flowing through us and filling us. I love the imagery of igniting energy from a match to a light or a candle to a full glow through our whole body. Ignite a spark was my theme way back in 1980. And I relate totally with that. I loved your image of breaking up a barrier, like a nut breaking out. And inside, once the shell is gone, inside is that wondrous goodness, that Christ essence. Us awakening Christ within, us being Christ within, So exciting. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. Now I need to